What's up, everybody? So I'm going to go over some trades. We just had the last trading day of 2022. So I want to go over some setups that I took at the end of the week. We had some big breakdown on the yen pairs. I was really making my game plan at the start of the week. Told myself I wasn't going to trade, but ended up getting some trades on over the past 24 hours on Euro yen, Aussie yen. So let's take a look at that, see what we have going moving forward. And I'll show you some pairs I'm looking at for next week as we go into January. And by the way, on Sunday, I'm going to do a goal writing seminar and webinar. It's just going to be how to cast your vision, not only for trading, but just so we can step into the best versions of ourselves for next year's. Because if you can show up for yourself and be that person that follows your rules, be that person that can get funded multiple six figures of trading capital. And more than likely, it's where you are now because of, the things and principles that you embody. So be sure to check that out. I'll be sharing about that in the Telegram group and get you some more info on that. And hopefully you're prepped up for next year. So that's the thing I got to say, because if you're not where you wanted to be this time next year, then what's going on? What's holding you back? And what's keeping you there, and why aren't you, right? So the whole purpose of that webinar is going to be to get you locked in so we can actually make this happen for you. This is a reality. You can do this. You can get funded. You can make money trading. You just need a few simple things, a strategy that works. So this is the 4-hour time frame. You can see a perfect Romentum cross we had on AJ and Euro yen. Euro yen was even better, and I'm going to show you some setups I took here. Essentially, what I'm looking for is this. We have this imbalance here, perfect imbalance. I can just mark it out with a little Gann box, which is essentially a Fibonacci, right? So this is our retest of the envelope. We're about 50% of this candle right there. See if this pans out. Close to it. So pull back right into this area, which coincides to this envelope. Where's my rectangle? Right here. This zone right there. But beyond all of that, what I'm really looking for is pullbacks, establishing a trend, and looking for this pullback here on my indicator, on Romentum, then doing my technical analysis, doing my due diligence. Hey, does this fit my strategy? What's my entry and exit going to be? And then making a trading plan around that. And what I've done is I employ my EA. This is Jarvis, right? So you may notice, if you've seen some of my charts before, that I used a different background, but I'm like, you know what? New year, new me. New year, new me. So, but this is it, right? So we had this 4-hour move happening, and it was panning out, and I was able to use the Romentum strategy. So there's 3 parts to this. 1, having the right strategy. 2, building enough faith in your strategy so you can become a confident trader, right? The reason you lack confidence is because you just keep going from one thing to the next thing, from the next thing to the next thing, and you try a little bit of this, you try a little bit to that, and you don't fully commit, especially when there's something in front of you like that. I consistently post stuff. I've been doing this for years, right? So you can see how consistent I am doing this, and then you see the results. That's because I've built confidence with this approach and with this pattern and with this way I'm looking at the markets, right? So this was my first entry, and on here you can see I've already taken profits on this, and I want you to see this red dash right here, right? You see that red dash? That was my stop loss. You see this blue line right here. This is my take profit point, and this is a take profit point. Now, this was a 20 pip stop loss. This was 160 pip take profit. So that is a 1 to 8 risk to reward. So, I took an L right here, got entered in too early and took a loss on that. But that's what happened. But then I re-entered with this high risk to reward and made some huge trades out of this. So I'm holding some setups on Aussie yen here going into the end of the week. And stop loss is locked in on profit here, or in profit. So feeling pretty good about this. Hopefully this breaks down. This is the 5-minute. You can see right here is my entry, and these are both of my entries, right? So this is what I'm doing, but I used am using my EA to execute the trades for me and then to manage my risk, because more than likely, unless you've got some crazy David Goggins like discipline, you're going to struggle in that department. And really, it's just like one bad day, right? One day where you got in a fight with your girlfriend or got in a fight with your wife. Now, I really like this AJ, right? We also have now, this is where the technical analysis comes in. I've highlighted a potential area in the market. Now I can use my technical analysis skills, right? That to pick apart. Well, man, I think that if this head and shoulders completes itself and plays out, this is a pretty good target right here, right? So this is what I'd be looking for. And then if I look across the, just basically across the board here, here's GJ, some great setups here. I unfortunately was doing that on my practice account that I shared earlier, and UJ, right? So you can see here, this is a great Romentum cross. So the setup, the strategy works, and you just have to learn how to use it and work it, right? Here's another, this would have been a perfect example. You have them right here. And this is exactly this is how I'm going to be trading and what I'm teaching people to do in the accelerator group, and what we're doing live trading and getting traders funded, multiple 6 figures, even 7 figures of capital, which we will fund you in-house via soul funding, right? Through our own prop firm. So, wherever you're at, it's a process to get from point A to point B. But if you're consistently losing, doing what you're doing, but not willing to maybe you just try to get a little information from YouTube, or maybe take somebody's signals, and now this isn't working, and now YouTube's not working, or sometimes it's working, right? Nobody gives away their bread and butter on there, right? The idea is to give you a little breadcrumbs so you go, down the line. So now if you want to learn how to do this, use my EA and really get consistent and profitable and make a game plan so you get funded. 3 months down the line, we can make a vision. 3 months, 6 months, you want to have 500K in capital. Christmas next year, $1 million in capital. If you can manage your risk, this is all about risk management, and basically just taking it one trade at a time and just not trying to make it happen overnight. If you're willing to put in the work, we can make that happen for you. So we have 10% off on soul funding accounts right now, ending tomorrow. So take advantage of that. I've already shared about it. But more than anything, join me on this webinar on Sunday. I'll email you guys and gals, and we'll do a little goal writing. I'll make an exercise, really just talk about some of my goals and how you can step into that greatest version of yourself. And, if you're ready, you want access to my bot, you want to learn the Romentum strategy, you want to become confident so you can understand market bias, risk management, so you can hit 1 to 8s, 1 to 5s, and not just trying to scalp your way with nothing's wrong with that. But if you don't have a positive risk to reward, more than 50% of the time you're going to lose, and that's just the numbers. And if you're letting your losers run and cutting your winners short, and that's what you've been doing for 2 years now or 6 months, you can trade a little bit, but you have these risk management problems, click the link below. Let's fix those for you. Man, 2022 has been a crazy year for sure. It's been a crazy 3 years, but let's take some power into our own hands. You could do that with this funding possibility, with trading, and you can really make this happen for yourself. So hope to see you on the webinar on Sunday. Let's get it, and click the link below if you're like, man, I love everything I'm hearing. I want to know more about it. I want to talk to you. I want to see how this works. Only if you're serious, by the way. If that's you, click the link below and let's get you started. And have a great weekend, everybody. Happy New Year. Peace.